Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to The Mixer, the segment on this channel where I give you guys detailed analyses from all walks of life, I'll talk about people, places, animals, food, sports, the whole nine yards, hence why it's called The Mixer. I mix everything up, and today's video is going to be sort of like an indirect sequel to this last one here, talking about the fastest car in the world, because today I'm going to be covering the most expensive car in the world, and you guys might actually be surprised by what it is, because when you think of expensive car, you might think of a supercar, like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Bugatti or something, but trust me, man, this one really might surprise you guys, because the way that cars work is that the older they get, the more expensive they are today, because they start to fall into the category of collector editions, those really rich millionaires who like to collect old muscle cars and stuff, those vintage racing ones. That's kind of what this is going to fall into, The car that I'm going to be covering belongs specifically to the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR family, the nomenclature. SLR stands for Sport Light Racing, and the car that I'm going to be addressing actually had a very, it got a bad rep back in the 50s, because for a long time Mercedes-Benz, really covered the sports racing scene, but there was a disaster in 1955 in Le Mans, France, during that specific World Sports Car Championship. There was a catastrophic accident that was very fatal, and it sent large pieces of debris into the crowd. It actually killed 83 people who were there spectating and injured 180 more. The driver himself was also killed, Pierre Levey, and that actually, up until that moment, it was the worst crash in all of motorsport history, and it actually made Mercedes-Benz withdraw from sport racing, until 1989, so it was a pretty big deal. And the car that I'm going to be talking about specifically today is actually called the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Glowing Hot. That is a goddamn mouthful, but I really I'm like 100% sure I mispronounced that, but of course it was named after a renowned engineer, Rudy Hot, and it's actually one of only two prototype versions of, the famed Silver Arrow line of that car there, This car actually looks really good. It's nice, and the reason that it's called going is because the doors open up kind of like vertically like a seagull's wings, so it really is kind of like a supercar. And the thing with this car specifically is that it is pretty damn old, and I don't know, this Mercedes specifically was like, this line of Mercedes was kind of like a, let's say, an evolution, the upgrade of a previous one that was more made for Formula 1 racing. It looks like a Formula 1 car, but this one here specifically, it goes for so much money because it is so old, I actually have a bit of a cheat sheet here, with a little bit more information, and I mean, the car's technical readout is actually not that impressive, because the thing is that it's just regular, it's a hybrid of different cars, Now, here we go. I have a few things here, is that it's kind of funny because when this car was fabricated, somebody said that their only regret in making it was that we will never be able to buy the car, which the average driver would never buy anyway. So, I mean, you guys might be thinking about like a Bugatti that is expensive, but even the most expensive Bugattis only range around like, close to $30 million. And this one here, man, the price of this car is crazy, I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit more technical readouts before that, I have two different cheat sheets here, with a lot of information, so here we go. Now, it has it kind of, aside from resembling the seagull's wings, it has low slung silver coupe features, and also a powerful straight 8 engine that keeps up with its racing roots, so also boasting this really beautiful magnesium alloy body, and I mean, it actually does look really good, it kind of reminds you of Speed Racer, that old cartoon, the animated series with the guy racing, This car really does look a lot like him, And before I get into a little bit more of the technical readouts and then eventually how much this thing costs, let's take a look at it here. I'm going to show you guys some photos specifically of this Mercedes, just to give you a bit of an idea how it earned its racing stripes. you've got to admit, man, it's not a very ugly car, you know, it's really pretty to look at. It's very easy on the eyes, although I'm not a really big fan of the whole go-away thing where the doors open like this, you know, like literally a bird flapping its wings. It just looks way too futuristic for me, I don't know. But it seats 2 people, you know, only 2, because that's how how sports cars work, you know. And the guy who made it, you know, I actually said his name was Rudy, but I think that's just a nickname because his name was actually Rudolph, you know. He actually passed away in 1989, the same year that, you know, Mercedes-Benz returned to the racing scene, you know. He was a chief engineer, created these cars, and is considered to be the father of these Mercedes-Benz lines of cars, you know. And this car specifically, the Going named after him, can actually hit a top speed of 290 miles per hour, or 290 kilometers per hour, or 180 miles per hour. There we go. I always get those mixed up, you know. And at the time that it was released, it was the fastest road car, you know. So today, like, supercars go, I don't know what, nearly 1,000 miles per hour or so, but this one for the time was really unprecedented, you know. And there was a guy who actually, roared this up, and he was late for a meeting, and he actually made a journey that was 137 miles or 220 kilometers in just over an hour. That normally today at least takes about 2.5 hours in that car back then, you know. So it is a very impressive vehicle, and the front, the SLR, the actual engine was actually mid-engine, you know, with a very long. What is this word, man? You know, forget about the stupid engine. That's not why I'm here. I'm actually gonna talk to you guys about why this car is so expensive, you know. It was actually sold at auction, you know, to a privateer. Now, the thing is that it had a sibling, you know. There were 2 cars fabricated, and it was actually, one of them is preserved, you know, and is still displayed right now in a corporate museum. But the one that was actually sold at auction, you know, happened in May of 2022. So this year, this car was sold, you know. And here is the thing, man. A private collector bought that thing, you know, and he dished out a whopping, get ready for this, I am not exaggerating, just maybe carry the one a little bit here and there. He paid a total of $142,500,000 for that car, which has now become the most expensive car ever bought publicly or privately. Now, why exactly he paid this much for this car, I have no idea, but apparently the proceeds were used to establish the Mercedes-Benz fund, you know, so maybe in a way it went to charity, or it's some kind of fundraiser, I don't really know. Now, the thing is that this considerably surpassed the previous most expensive car bought at auction, you know, which was the Ferrari 250 GTO, which was sold for $75 million. So yeah, more than double the price of that car. This one sold at auction, you know. It is now the most expensive car sold in the world, and I'm not entirely sure that the guy who bought it will use it, you know. I think it's just a collector's item, you know. But the fact that somebody can pay that much for a car just utterly baffles me, man. You know, it's freaking crazy. I like Mercedes-Benz, you know. It's a very nice car. They always look beautiful, and we associate the brand with luxury, you know, and, you know, rich people having the newest ones. But I understand that it's old, and like I myself said earlier in the video, the older the cars get, the more expensive they are because they become collector's items. But bro, over 140 million for a car. Imagine like he takes it out for a spin and just like crashes it, you know? Just God. But anyway, just to continue, just to serve as a transition between this part of the video and the next one, let's take a look at a video here of this car, if I can find one. If not, it'll be just a regular Mercedes of the same era, or maybe more photos, whatever. I'm going to insert something here for you guys. Oh yeah, baby. Too fast, too furious. Actually, this car barely goes that fast considering, you know, how many others have come after it, you know. But at the time, it was unprecedented territory, man, you know. This car at the time, going at 120 miles per hour, you know, could overtake all of the other cars in traffic, you know. It's pretty much like walking pace to it, and I do believe that it is a convertible. I don't think it has a top, but even if it does, I'm pretty sure it is convertible. So imagine driving that bad boy down the highway with the wind in your hair, you know. Pretty cool. I actually think it James Dean, the actor, you know, who died in the 50s, I think, actually drove a very similar car to that, you know, although it was called Little Bastard because after the accident, the car was involved in several other incidents, you know, but maybe that's a video for another day. But actually, no, wait, sorry, James Dean's car was a Porsche. It was a Porsche, but still, I think it's like around the same make or sort, so it looks similar, it handles similarly, I don't really know, but still, that's how it is, man. Now, guys, this video is just about the most expensive car. I didn't want to give you any technical readouts or anything, you know, so I actually don't know what else I can say. I think I might just end the video here, you know. You guys might notice that I might be feeling a little strange right now. Maybe I'm talking a little bit more slowly and I just feel sluggish, you know. It's because I have been feeling a little under the weather lately. I've been kind of sick. I was sick yesterday. I woke up feeling a little better. Today I have a common cold, I believe. I hope it's just a cold and not the flu. And also I've just been so exhausted lately, though, because in case you guys don't know, the FIFA World Cup is still ongoing right now, and despite my country, Brazil, having been eliminated, I still want to watch the games, and it's been really exhausting trying to follow the World Cup and also keep my channel alive and also work, you know. Although, one more week until I hit my vacation. So I think I'm gonna end it here simply because I don't know what else I can say. You know, I gave you some history about the car, gave you some technical details, told you the price, so I guess there's nothing else to say. I showed you photos and videos, so I'm gonna get going. This is gonna be one of the shortest vlogs that I've done in a while, which is gonna make it so much easier to edit, you know. But I still hope you guys enjoyed it, you know. If you're a fan of cars, maybe you'll like this video, you know. But if you're not a fan, hopefully you enjoyed it anyway, you know. Thank you for the support, and I guess that's it, guys. Stick around up to the end because in the outro screen is going to be links to 2 more videos related to this, you know. So yeah. Anyway, guys, if you happen, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this, you know, if you like cars and if you would ever buy this one if you think it's too expensive, you know, but semantics. Anyway, guys, if you happen to like this video, please go ahead and give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too so you can know exactly what time I upload, and it's all good, baby. It's all good. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Drive that outro screen.